Every year, India have 20 and 80% rainfalls each year. But the challenges is very drastically and dangerous for the different regions of India, like the floods, like the different humanity, loss of life, challenges, interruptions, and it's basically for the different rural regions is also the challenges like the floods and loss of the properties, loss of the lives, and also for the after the floods, the challenges like the different types of diseases which is emerging in the regions. Also, we have seen how our government is basically working for the flood system where there is no accountability for the 2 and 3 years. Like the north east states and also for the northern states, especially we if we talk about in Assam, and also we talk about Bihar, which is 50% of the regions which is facing every years in floods and loss of the lives every years. But the temporary way for the different not be a strategy apply for the permanent, like the Japan is also doing the embarkment permanent embarkment on the sea sides, like the heavy pillars, heavy walls that sea water is not entering into city. But in our country have different bureaucrats have responsibility to flood sectors, thinking about and making the strategy about how many people's affected and the property damage, the roads and connectivity damage. They will proper investigates and making the reports, and they will receive the funds for the solving this type of devastations which is occurs by the floods. And that fund will know any accountability and know any responsive for how many funds you have need to solve this flood devastation. If they wrote in the papers 100 crores they have needs, government allocates 100 crores, but they will not ask about where you have spent 100 crore rupees. This is our bureaucratics work in our country. And especially if you talk about in the regions Bihar, in the regions of northeast, there is you have seen some lots of corruptions in having in the bureaucrats and also for the government employer, how if they are honest, so the flood situation and floods crisis will not be facing right now. And if our earlier bureaucrats will solve these problems permanently, so the peoples were like the besides of the Ganga and besides of the Kosi, besides of the Son rivers and also for the Brahmaputra rivers, they will not facing the challenges for the floods. And they will not lost their patriarchy fields and their family house and their different properties in the individual's regions. If the government employer is basically working for the ground labor in permanent way embarkment, so the challenges will not be emerging in this way. So different way of the occurrence in the surrounding and happening in the northern regions, also for the mountainous regions is also this type of challenges happenings, like the heavy cloud burst and the damage of the pilgrims lives and the damage of a store, damage of houses and damage of property. Also for the happening this types of floods which is also occurs for the different connectivity occurs, dams and canals which is not the proper way of their designations. And also for the tunnel is also included for the devastations which takes place in the different regardless. But the challenges is also occurs in our country, but we just think about the long-term approach to how to solve these type of challenges, because if the connectivity of rural and urban is not be properly designed, so the challenges will devastating loss of the property of the government, loss of the property of the peoples, and people will not think about the more approach of the infrastructure, more the social developments, and also for the hospitals and schools connectivity, and also for the infrastructure developments, connectivity technology, and also for the youth employment, they will be deficiency, because they will not proper work for this type of basically working and basic things which is needs for the different regions. It is all about the proper and long term of vision about how to the solving the embarkment, and how to the solving of the floods which is occurs in the regions. First of all, find out the regions where the floods is devastating the properties, then the permanent embarkment, proper 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 way of the proper 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 way of the management, and also for the allocates of fund that will utilize in the ground level, and long term investment that will not the next year and also for the following years will coming the floods and destroy the people's life. The chain will break down, that will government work for the next work approach, and the changing of the different condition of the peoples in the surrounding, and like the north, and also for the we have seen the southern rivers is also facing of different types of floods, like the Krishna river, also for the Mahanadi, and also for the Godavari Nadi is the devastation of lots of the floods in these regions. First of all, the monitor of the efficiency of the floods. Second, the main way of the facing of the challenges and how to solve these critical challenges at a ground levels, and solving for the long term approach, like the people's where believe about the systems, people will just be thinking about the proper management of the systems, and that will be surviving in permanently. So the efficiency also occurs. The flood is not destroyed the property of life, but also for the destroyed of agriculture. The irrigations is also destroyed. Fertility of the land is also destroyed, and also for the plain regions is the cutting and erosion of soil, deforestation which is taking place. The proper way of the utility provided by the government is the efficiency of the peoples is also determining, and faith of the democracy which takes place. The government is not the think about the changing of the temporary embarkment, like in Bihar, Kosi river, Gandak rivers, and also for the Ganga river, they will embark for the जैसे कि बोरा में सीमेंट, बोरा में वहीं का मिट्टी भर कर उसको वहाँ पे बांध बांध दिए। अब एक बार पानी आएगा तो उस मिट्टी को वो बोरा भीगेगा तो 2 मंथ में सड़ के उगल के फिर पानी और बोरा और क्या मिट्टी दोनों साथ साथ चलने लगेगा। तो वो टेम्पोरी इम्बार्कमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए। इट विल प्रोवाइड ए लॉन्ग टर्म इम्बार्कमेंट, थोड़ा सा एक्सपेंडिचर ज़्यादा लगेगा, बट आपको हर साल ये चीज़ें खर्च करना नहीं ना पड़ेंगी, क्योंकि इस चीज़ का कोई अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं होता। अगर कोई ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, कोई मजिस्ट्रेट अगर जो उस फ्लड रीजन में 100 करोड़ का या 150 करोड़ का अगर जो बजट बना दे, तो उसको कोई अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं होता कि आपने इसको कहाँ खर्च किया या इसको बेसिकली आपने कहाँ यूटिलाइज़ किया। ओके, फ्लड्स में चाहे कोई नेचुरल डिजास्टर जो भी होता है उसमें कोई अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं होता है। It is just think about the proper way, and its way for the efficiency that will determining, and government will think about the structure where first of all awareness of the peoples, and also for the forecasting the forecasting and determining for the peoples where they will not surviving beside the bank of the rivers and also for the canals. That will the main strategy, that will people awareness and campaign will also be provided through the bureaucrats and local public servants, and that will determine the aspect of the people and solve the reality.